BBC Radio Berkshire with Love Divine, or Love's Excelling, on Sunday morning here on BBC Radio Berkshire. Right, now let's turn to our story behind the song. Really enjoying having this on the programme. David O'Connell, singer-songwriter and encyclopedic knowledge of all hymns and songs, and it's been great having him as part of the programme with these story behind the songs. This week we turn to a really classic hymn. We're talking about songs that might be around in a couple of hundred years' time. This one was around a couple of hundred years ago, and this is called Just As I Am. Here's David O'Connell.
Today's hymn was written in 1835 by English poet and hymn writer Charlotte Elliott. She lived in Clapham for over 30 years and then moved to Brighton. She was an invalid, and in the last 50 years of her life was often in great pain. She was an Anglican and had been brought up in a Christian home, and she was surrounded in her family by brothers and other relatives who were church ministers. But because of her illness, she herself was unable to go to church. She wrote over 150 hymns and a large number of poems. Charlotte was 32 when she wrote her most well-known hymn, Just As I Am. She had been an invalid already for 13 years, and despite her Christian upbringing, was feeling useless, despondent, and unsure of her relationship with Christ. Out of her struggles and suffering came this imaginative, simple hymn full of feeling, honesty, and belief. All I can do is come to you, God, just as I am, with all my insecurities, all my failings. The hymn has very often been sung at Christian evangelistic rallies after the sermon, when the preacher invites the audience to come forward to make a commitment to Christ. Many thousands have started their lives as Christians to the singing of this hymn, including the evangelist Billy Graham himself. It's sung to at least 4 tunes, including Misericordia by Henry T. Smart, and perhaps the most often heard tune, Woodworth by William Bradbury.
Just as I am, without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bidst me come to thee.
BBC Radio Berkshire with Brian Dirkson's version of Just As I Am on Sunday morning. And that was our story behind the song with David O'Connell this week. Fascinating to hear that story, and such a kind of glimpse into that time 200 years ago, how that illness that she had stopped her from managing to actually make it along to church at all. You wouldn't imagine that now, would you? It's BBC Radio Berkshire, it's Sunday morning.